Join us as today we take a deep dive into Hallmark's decisions that left several fans in disbelief. From fan reactions to the backlash, these are some of the most controversial issues that Hallmark has had to deal with. You know how cliffhangers are, right? They're these mysteries that keep you on the edge of your seat. So imagine you're watching this great TV show on the 2023 lineup, and they end an episode or a whole season with this mind-blowing moment that leaves you hanging. Naturally, you'd expect that they'd eventually wrap it all up, right? Well, here's the bummer, my friend. For all you die-hard fans of the show Mystery 101, that resolution you've been yearning for? Yeah, it's never going to happen. Hallmark went ahead and canceled the entire show without giving us one last hurrah to tie up those loose ends from the epic series finale in 2021. Talk about a letdown. Let me tell you about this crazy cliffhanger that went down in September 2021 with Mystery 101, Deadly History on Hallmark Movies and Mysteries. In short, it was like a roller coaster ride of emotions. So after 7 intense adventures filled with all that will they or won't they teasing between Professor Amy Winslow and Detective Travis Burke, things were finally heating up. It seemed like they were about to take their relationship to the next level. But hold up, here comes the twist. In the final scene, they hit us with a time jump. Can you believe it? Travis starts investigating the death of Amy's fiancé. It's like they pulled the rug right from under us. What a way to end a series, right? But here's the kicker. There's this comment on HMM's official Facebook page that pretty much seals the deal. Someone called Mystery 101 the best mystery series on Hallmark, and guess what they replied with? Brace yourself. We loved making Mystery 101, and we're so glad you enjoyed sleuthing along with us. We want to let you know that our talented sleuths have solved the last mystery and are off the case. In the coming weeks and months, there are exciting new mysteries on the way that we know you'll love. Christopher Polahan took to Twitter to confirm the devastating truth. And let me tell you, his announcement had a flair of mystery to it that leaves us scratching our heads. So get this, folks. Polaha drops the bombshell with a tweet that goes like this. Well, kids, looks like the cat's out of the bag. Mystery 101 has solved its last mystery. You are the most incredibly supportive fans ever. We love you. I had the most amazing time entertaining you by bringing Travis, Amy, and Graham to life. But, winky face. Hold up, did you catch that sly wink at the end? What does it mean? It's like he's teasing us with some hidden secret. Is there more to the story? We're left hanging, yearning for answers. But hey, let's give credit where it's due. Polaha acknowledged the phenomenal fan base and expressed love for the fans. And let's not forget the incredible chemistry between the cast members, Jill Wagner, Robin Thomas Grossman, and Polaha himself, who breathed life into the unforgettable characters of Travis, Amy, and Graham. But seriously, the suspense is killing us. We need closure. We need resolution. Mystery 101 had us hooked from the start, and now it's like our hearts have been left dangling in the air. It's a real mystery, and we're anxiously waiting for the truth to be unveiled. Also, just a week after the cancellation announcement, the U.S. Sun caught up with the Hallmark president, Wanya, on the red carpet of the Broadcasting Plus Cable Hall of Fame ceremony. They asked her about the cancellation news and what's cooking at the network. Her response was pretty interesting. Wanya explained that they hadn't done mysteries for a long time and that they were now taking a fresh approach to the genre. They're apparently creating new mysteries while also revisiting some of the past ones. It's all about evolving and trying out new things. But here's some great news for fans of the signed, sealed, delivered franchise. Wanya confirmed that they're still working on bringing it back. She even gave a shout out to the franchise's devoted fandom, the Postables, mentioning how they send her notes and pictures, and their presence is felt in her office. It's clear that Hallmark is listening to their fans and embracing the power of fandom. Meanwhile, Mystery 101 fans are not giving up the fight. They continue to campaign for the return of their beloved series. But even though Mystery 101 may have reached its end, there's something new on the horizon. Remember Candace Cameron Bure's Aurora Teagarden series? Well, Hallmark is shaking things up by introducing a prequel film called Aurora Teagarden Mysteries, Something New. Instead of recasting Candace's character, they decided to explore Aurora's younger days. The film focuses on a post-college Aurora, played by the talented Skylar Samuels, who returns home to pursue her grad degree and ends up working as a teacher's assistant in a crime fiction class. The story follows her journey as she waits tables at a local diner, shares her love for true crime with her friend Sally, and teams up with police officer Arthur to search for Sally's missing fiancé before the wedding rehearsal. So, even though Mystery 101 fans are still hoping for a resolution, there's exciting new content coming their way. With Hallmark embracing fandom and trying out different approaches to mysteries, who knows what the future holds? Speaking of which, let's talk about When Calls the Heart. This series has had quite the journey. It's based on Jeanette Oakes' books and follows the adventures of brave women in the Canadian frontier. Despite facing a bump in the road when one of its main stars, Lori Loughlin, got caught up in the Varsity Blues scandal, the show remained extremely popular with viewers. It took a brief hiatus in 2019, but fear not, it returned with a 7th season, Sans Loughlin. The show's die-hard fans, lovingly called Hardies, were thrilled. Then, just when things were getting back on track, the pandemic hit and put a pause on filming. But, like the resilient characters on the show, they persevered. Season 8 eventually went into production, although it came with its challenges due to the virus and all the necessary safety measures. Star Aaron Krakow shared that they were making progress, albeit with a few more hurdles than before. Fast forward to March 2022, and Season 9 premiered, much to the delight of the Hardys. Not only did they get to enjoy more of their beloved show, but there were even some new faces joining the cast. Exciting stuff, right? Now, there were some concerns among fans that Season 9 might be the end of the road. But in June 2022, Hallmark swooped in with good news. They announced that When Calls the Heart would indeed be returning for Season 10. Lisa Hamilton Day, the EVP of Programming at Crown Media Family Networks, assured everyone that there were still many more stories to be told about the beloved characters. The anticipation was high, and fans couldn't wait to see what would unfold next. The only bummer was that they had to wait a bit longer for Season 10. The show is set to return in mid-2023. I know, waiting can be tough, but I'm sure it will be worth it when we finally get to dive back into the world of When Calls the Heart. So, hang in there, Hearties. The show will be back before you know it, ready to captivate us with its heartfelt tales of life on the frontier. Up next, following her 6-year stint on One Tree Hill, actress Hilary Burton became one of the many faces of Hallmark, starring in several network movies since 2015, like Surprised by Love and Summer Villa, according to her IMDb page. Burton left Hallmark in 2019 after a reported disagreement about casting. Burton shared on Twitter in December of 2019 that she was let go back in January of that year. I had insisted on an LGBTQ character, an interracial couple, and diverse casting. I was polite, direct, and professional, she wrote, adding, but after the execs gave their notes on the script and none of my requests were honored, I was told, take it or leave it. And she left it, along with her paycheck. Even though she was looking forward to the project, she continued in the Twitter post. After Hallmark, Burton appeared in the Walking Dead TV series in 2021 alongside her actor hubby, Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Notably, the year before, in 2020, Hallmark released Wedding Every Weekend, which featured a same-sex marriage and The Christmas House, starring the first same-sex couple on Hallmark. Meanwhile, actress Lori Loughlin didn't cut ties with Hallmark. Rather, the network cut ties with the star after her involvement in a college admissions scandal back in 2019. Per court records, as reported by NBC News, Loughlin and her husband, Massimo Giannulli, were found guilty after agreeing to pay bribes up to $500,000 to gain their 2 daughters' admission into the University of Southern California. In the wake of the scandal, NBC News reported that Hallmark fired Loughlin, most famously known for her role of Aunt Becky on Full House, who went on to serve 2 months in prison in 2020 after pleading guilty. For almost a decade, Loughlin had starred in Hallmark Network movies like North Pole, Open for Christmas, Homegrown Christmas, and When Calls the Heart, a TV movie-turned-series, per her IMDb page. Following her 2 months in prison, Loughlin returned to TV in the series When Hope Calls, a spin-off of When Calls the Heart, which originally aired on Hallmark before moving over to the new network GAC Family, per Variety. As eagle-eyed Hallmark fans may have noticed, Jessica Lowndes hasn't appeared in many Hallmark projects lately. In 2019, she starred in Over the Moon in Love, and in 2021, she starred in Mix Up in the Mediterranean. However, these 2 Hallmark projects were surrounded by several other Christmas movies and rom-coms produced by other companies. So, is Lowndes slowly drifting away from her Hallmark roots? Well, not exactly. In early 2022, Lowndes struck a 4-movie deal with the GAC Family to spearhead. It seems that the actress was looking for an opportunity to move towards a more hands-on role in her films slowly, and she found it outside of Hallmark. As Deadline noted, Lowndes wasn't the first Hallmark actor to move over to the other side. However, while some Hallmark actors have left the network behind for good, Lowndes seems to have kept the door open for more future Hallmark projects after her 4-movie deal ends. However, as Lowndes told The List, it might be a while before we see her back at Hallmark, as GAC is taking up much of her time. I'm so motivated to keep writing, and I have been writing a bunch of different genres. I have some in development for GAC, and then I have other things that I'm working on as well, she said. Moving on, Hallmark fans will probably know Daniel Lissing as Jack from the popular series When Calls the Heart. Lissing had also previously appeared in other Hallmark projects like Christmas in Love, A December Bride, A Christmas Star, and more. However, since Jack's death in 2021, Lissing hasn't appeared in any further Hallmark projects. As his co-star Lori Loughlin told ET Online, Lissing had decided to leave the show when his contract ended. "You either renegotiate or you don't, and Dan has chosen to move on. We respect that," she said. "No judgment. We love him. We wish him well. He's still part of the Hallmark family." A year later, Lissing told ET Online he had no regrets about his decision. "It's funny the way the world works. If I had stayed on the show and been there during season 6 and shot and all that kind of stuff, then I wouldn't have met my fiancée, Nadia, you know," said the actor. "And I wouldn't be getting married, and I wouldn't be at this place in my life where I feel really in line with what I'm meant to be doing personally and professionally, so no regrets at all." Overall, these actors have experienced different paths after their involvement with Hallmark. While some have moved on to other opportunities, others have left the network due to various reasons. At the same time, Hallmark has made efforts to embrace diversity and inclusivity in recent years, as seen in their programming choices. So, which of these controversies shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments below. And if you liked our content, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe if you haven't already. We also give out weekly member shoutouts. If you join us, your name can be next. And don't forget to check out our merch. We have some new shirts you will love. Thanks for watching, everyone.